Welcome to the FBAA's Top Broker Podcast for mortgage brokers looking to take their business to the next level with your host, Joshua Vecchio.
And we're back with Peter Vassilis, Director at Black and White Finance, based in Sydney and broking for less than 12 months, yet already nominated for 2 national awards. In this episode, we chat about how by putting your clients' needs first, it allows your business to come first, and look at the many ways to become a trusted advisor. By the end of this episode, you're going to become a person with purpose, knowing what to do to get ahead. So let's jump in. Peter, welcome back to the show.
G'day. Thanks for having me, Josh.
You started Black and White Finance 8 months ago, and yet you've already been nominated for 2 national awards. How have you done this in such a short time?
Interesting question, Joshua, but I think the main I suppose factor that's contributed to this, I think, has been because of one of our values, which is care, where we put clients first and foremost all the time. We started this and tried to see what would be the most, I suppose, pivotal factor that would contribute to success. And we thought, well, if we look at ourselves, we could see that we genuinely and inherently care about people, and that's what I've tried to do. Now, whether or not I've achieved it is another thing, but the reviews are telling us that we are. Now, we do this day in, day out, and it doesn't matter if you're able to proceed today, proceed in 3 months or in 6 months. The process is the same. And we had an event at the Westfield Bondi Junction about a month ago. 3 Saturdays in a row, we teamed up with Top Juice and had a healthy mind, body, and finances awareness type mornings. And we gave away merchandise, branded water bottles, and tried to raise awareness. And we had a few clients, and one of the clients I actually spoke to, well, one of the leads, I suppose, I spoke to yesterday. She was absolutely lovely. She really liked what we were doing and wanted to sit down and review her objectives, her goals, and really speak to someone that could help her, because the other people that she has spoken to didn't want to borrow it because she wasn't ready today. So basically, we worked out what her 3 and 5 year goals were. We worked out what she needs to pay off today, what she needs to save in order to be able to purchase. And it's not a large loan, it's very small. And she'll be ready to purchase in March 2018. Now, if we stick to this plan, that will happen. And we've got reminders in place for this individual who I don't think we'll want her name to be mentioned, but yeah, she'll be spoken to, I suppose, a couple of times before then. But yeah, was over the moon with that, and is today apparently going to jump on Google and give us a review. And for us, that care bit there, I think, is what has led to this success. And while that means that, yes, we'll probably then make money in March, that referral there from this little bit of care here that we've provided, I think will provide us with volumes, and I think that's what has helped us a lot. And people have gone on to Google and to Facebook and let people know that we genuinely do care.
You're big on giving back to the community with both donations and education. How has this helped differentiate your business?
Yes, well, settlement volumes and referral partnerships and these conversion rates aside, we are incredibly proud, I would say, of the impact that we've had on the local community in such a short time. We have provided educational resources in these, would you call, snack size type of bits of information on our website and on a range of other digital channels, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And this communication, we hope to appeal to all generations of Australians. I suppose first talk about the educational written content and the video stuff that we do. It focuses on the trending topics of the time, like the 2017 federal budget, and where even appropriate, we include views from outside professionals, including accountants from mid-tier firms and smaller type accounting firms. And the notion behind this is we believe that if we can become a trusted source of expert insight into finance and property, well, then clients and potential clients in the future that we're potentially referred on to will visit our content, see it for the first time, and then hopefully on an ongoing basis. And this is what we see as an important part to our business, because then we've got meaningful and regular interaction, and it helps to ensure that black and white finance is always top of mind, and hopefully when people are considering our finance requirements, this content substantiates that case as an expert in the field. And that's what we've tried to do with our educational resources. And with regards to the community, yes, we've hosted events at Westfield Bondi Junction in the private suite on level 6. We teamed up with Top Juice and Soma, and we called this initiative Healthy Mind, Body and Finances. And we had these awareness mornings for 3 Saturdays in a row for last month. And we gave away branded water bottles in September with protein bars, fruit juices, merchandise, and other promotional collateral. And well, the feedback has suggested that we did a pretty good job of raising brand awareness, of educating attendees about finance and property matters. And we were fortunate enough to have actually generated 20 genuine leads. Now, we've got a few more leads than that over the 3 weekends, but 20 are what we call genuine. So that was one of those community events. And yes, we've given back, and we've tried to donate where we can, but I suppose the most notable one is the branded water bottles for Oz Harvest for the homeless. And while I was at Bankwest, we did a bit of work with Oz Harvest and with a lot of different philanthropic groups there. And Oz Harvest was one that was a bit close to my heart there, or the one that I found that I developed a bit of hope for. And it's all subjective. There's so many out there, and everyone chooses their own. But it was great to be able to give back from my own company's perspective, as opposed to doing it through the bank that I was working for. And we think that the community has responded well to our service offering and these different type of engagement initiatives. And we've got some pretty good reviews on all our digital platforms. And we've got 5 out of 5 star ratings for both Facebook and Google reviews. And we're really humbled by this and just excited about what else we can achieve.
What were the biggest challenges you faced when entering into the industry from banker to broker?
It was absolutely frightening. It was an intimidating time for us, and one that created a lot of nervousness. I went from being in this quite comfortable position where I was, while I was working my butt off and achieving goals and meeting targets and exceeding targets and getting paid some decent dollars for it, that idea of going out on my own was really risky to me at the time. And at the same time, though, I was quite excited to finally implement all my ideas, work to my own set of standards, my own values and my own mission statement. Macquarie Bank, and to a larger extent, so given the lengthy tenure of Bankwest, who did a lot for me too, they gave me these opportunities to exceed expectations and targets, and to now go out and exceed my own has provided me with a real sense of accomplishment. And going through this transition phase, I can still remember that last month there before resigning. I was sweating a lot. I was quite stressed about it all. Yes, we'd done a lot of planning, so we're prepared for it. But it was one that, like I said earlier, created a lot of nervousness for us, for me in particular.
Final question: what advice would you give to brokers about to enter the industry?
There's a few points of advice here I think it would be good to know before jumping in, and I think I can list it out in a bit of a method. So I think first and foremost, it's to develop a 5 to 10 year plan. And then go to the granular. So go to the 30, 60, 90, go to 12 months, 3, 5, and then 10. Get a mentor. That's absolutely vital. And seek guidance. It's going to be hard work, very hard work, but it's very well worth it in the end. I would say also to educate yourself, to read a plethora amount of material, and to not ever stop reading, because that's very important, especially with all the changes that are going on, and also just to get fresh perspectives from different industries. Work experience. Go back if you did, let's say, start out and get an education and do your diploma and then potentially even get a degree. Not that it's needed. You don't need your master's, but if you did, great. Yeah, once you did get that knowledge and you did have that plan and you did have a mentor and you were willing to work hard, I think it's also then important to get a bit of experience. That credit experience is really important to know how to put deals together from a credit perspective. I've seen in my experience as a BDM and working with the banks as well in numerous different roles, those that have had excellent credit knowledge have been the most successful in our industry. And then maybe also do it. Buy a property, buy a few properties, and so you've got that experience there. I see it all the time where you've got people giving life advice out there, and they're giving life advice, but they don't have kids. They don't have the career there. They're up to their eyeballs in debt themselves. So go through the process yourself, and then maybe join a bank or a brokerage or get a broker mentor. And once you've, I suppose, completed those parts to this process, then get out there and do it, and really aim to be special. Two individuals in my life that I can never thank more because of the influence that they've had on my life and the way they've been able to inspire me. They're both very wealthy individuals, and they both once told me in different, I suppose, manners. And some people refer to this as going from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 1x. And my interpretation of it is you just need to be really special in your industry if you want to be successful. And same thing goes for us in our broker industry. If you want to be really good, yes, you need to have timing. Yes, you need to have the right people. Yes, you need to have a good model, values, but you need to want to be special. And if you do that and consistently seek feedback and stay on your toes, I think the world will be your oyster.
Thanks for being on the show, Peter.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh.
My big 3 takeaways for this episode was 1, put your client's needs first. Sometimes by going that extra mile, it'll pay off in the long run. 2, give back to the community through education. One of my favorite quotes is to give, and it will be given for the same measure you used will it be returned? And 3, the most successful brokers are credit experts. Spend time in learning your craft through reading and learning from the banks and all the education programs they have. So, these were my big 3 takeaways. What about you? I'll catch you next week.